If you could have one player from another country in the France starting 11, who would you pick and why?
Marcus Rashford.
Oh, that's a good question.
We only ask good questions at talkSPORT. First question, World Cup controversial opinion so far. It can be something you've seen so far or a prediction, something controversial from this World Cup.
Argentina, I don't know, are they actually going to come out of the group?
Argentinian team is not given a high level of in that competition.
I think the surprise teams for me, I think Ecuador. I think they've got a possibility of going further than what people thought.
Really?
So I think they could maybe even make the semi-finals, depending on how they do against France. I think.
Okay. My friend, first question. Yes. Your most controversial World Cup opinion?
Controversial World Cup opinion? Qatar's actually a pretty nice place.
I like that from you.
Qatar's good.
Best World Cup in the last 20 years.
I like that from you. Why is that, do you think?
I think because it's diverse. I think the amount of sort of criticism that it got in the lead up to it, I think it shocked a lot of people. I think the diversity, I think it's got a different dimension to a lot of the past 3 or 4 World Cups in particular. So yeah, for that reason.
If you could have one player from another country in your team, who would it be and why?
Messi, for sure.
Okay.
I think he is one of the best player in the world. So having it in having Messi in your team, it's a very it's something that will definitely add value to the team. Yeah.
Lionel Messi.
No. Mbappe. French. Yeah, it's got to be the French left winger. Got to be. Yeah.
You could have what? Oh, Italy aren't even in it, are they? Sorry. By the way, you're a brave man, aren't you, walking around with an Italian top on?
See, the thing is, I entered a coma 8 years ago, and I was getting ready for Brazil 2014.
Yes.
And then when I woke up, I said, well, let's go to the World Cup. And then didn't realise we haven't been there since.
You haven't indeed.
He's lost.
In Argentina team, Lionel Messi, Lewandowski in Poland, and Japanese team, all Japanese teams.
Yeah.
They are all the players is good. All the players.
Okay. If you could have, you're a France fan, if you could have one player from another country in the France starting 11, who would you pick and why?
Marcus Rashford.
Rashford? Yeah. Really? Why Rashford?
Rashford because we need because he's an amazing player, especially inside the box, inside the area of 18. I like actually how he finished his attacks, especially in the first game against Iran. After directly when he's going inside the game.
Bit of a cop-out answer, but Mbappe, we saw him last night, unbelievable. Every time he gets the ball, everyone can't swear, can I? Everyone is very nervous around him when he gets the ball. He's unreal.
I'll tell you who I like, Davis for Canada. We'll stick on the Canada theme. No, I think he's a cracking footballer. I think if we had him, I think we'd do all right.
If you could pick one player from another football team to play in the Brazil team, what player would you pick?
I think I take Messi.
Really, Messi?
Messi, it's the best.
Who's better, Messi or Neymar?
Actually, I think Messi is better.
Oh, come on, of course, Messi. Because he's magical.
If you could have one player from another country in this England team, who would it be and why?
Oh, that's a good question.
We only ask good questions at talkSPORT.
Kevin De Bruyne.
Why?
So we need someone that has that little bit about them going forward in the midfield.
Do you know what the joke is? We have in Phil Foden, but he doesn't play.
It's true, but what I like about De Bruyne compared to Foden is that his work rate going backwards is phenomenal. That's why I think he's best midfielder in the world.
Same question to you?
I'd go Mbappe just because I think pace is the key thing in international football. I don't think there's many back fours or back fives that can really cope with someone that quick, and I think that's why they're going to be up there. It's not really the France team, is it? It's Mbappe now.
If you could have one player from another country in the Cameroon team, who would it be and why?
I think like what we really like now, it's a kind of creative midfielder. So I'm going to go for someone like De Bruyne. De Bruyne is going to be super important for the Cameroon national team right now.
I would love someone like Serbia. One of these countries that you don't really expect. Serbia's got some talent in there. They haven't started well with Brazil. Who do I think? I'm afraid France is going to win it.
Boys, if it's not England, do you have a soft spot for any other country to go on and win it?
I like Brazil. I like Brazil, the way they play. I don't think they're quite there, where they have been before, but I like Brazil.
If your country can't win the World Cup, what country would you like to see win the World Cup?
Morocco, of course. So this is the heart. The heart is saying Morocco, but I think if we think more loudly, I think it will be more France or Spain. I guess, yeah.
If Japan can't win the World Cup, what other country would you want to win the World Cup?
Argentina.
Why Argentina?
Because they're always perennial underdogs.
If Cameroon don't win the World Cup,
Yeah.
who would you like to see win the World Cup?
If Cameroon doesn't win the World Cup, I'm gonna go for Senegal.
Why?
Because Africa first. Africa always first.